Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Zazer Sphere Emporium here in Jenny LeClue. I'm sure this one is going to have another fascinating animal code in it that is going to turn out to give us some sort of terrifying apocalyptic message. I'm pretty concerned about all this. We haven't figured out what any of these messages are about, but they're all extremely worrying, right? Alright, cool. Just sealed myself into a big machine inside of an underground graveyard where a bunch of people starved to death. Nothing to worry about here.
Well, hello, old friend. What secret message might you be hiding?
Okay, this time, this thing is definitely going the wrong way. I still have not really, I'm definitely solving these just sort of by feel. You know, just kind of like make the waves look similar. But this dial doesn't really seem to be... Alright, let me try dialing the rest of these in. Okay, alright. Alright, we're getting closer. Okay. We're getting there. You know, just make the lines look like the other lines. What's so hard about that? Oh, that's definitely the wrong way. I mean, we can definitely just hear the animals and the birds right now. Jenny's being difficult, making me line this up all the way. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting that blue. It is not clear to me what will cause the vertical alignment to work better. Like, flipping this thing's not going to do anything, right? Yes, this just reverses the direction of the lines. But I need them to actually grow vertically closer. Ah, okay, there we go. The tracking helps with that. I just had it on completely the wrong side of the dial. Okay, so this part looks pretty good. We're getting real close here. I feel like that ought to be close enough. You could just give it to me. Alright, here we go.
Another code.
Another piece of the message.
Alright, who's ready for just some really upbeat stuff here? So Bear 32, Bear 83, Rabbit 44. So 44 is gonna be, yeah. You know, okay, this one's starting a little bit more optimistically. So 83, let's see, it's 57, it's just kind of in the middle here. Run home, get cake. Things are really turning around for Jenny LeClue. Goose, egg, whale. So 34. Wait, that's 27. Then it's this. Goose 9 is magical. I am getting a little worried that maybe this message is just gonna be garbage. It's starting to feel maybe more like this is a message directly from Arthur.
End this maze. Run home. Magical cake? That doesn't make any sense. How does magical cake fit in?
She read the whole message out loud again.
Soon they will all listen. Relive their rancid past. Purge infected. Soon only death. Forever silenced. Despair herself is near. End this maze. Run home. Magical cake.
She tried.
Can't leave out the most important part.
But it didn't make a difference. Until this moment, Jenny had assumed the transmissions formed a single coherent message.
Now I'm starting to wonder if this is a message at all.
Yet the question still remained.
Who is sending these?
And why?
I mean, it could be the first stage of a multi-stage cipher. It also could just be gibberish. It might just be gibberish.
Let's try this again. Hopefully
Is this
it
one
doesn't
gonna
work this
actually
time.
work? Really? You need me to open this again manually? I feel like at this point Jenny should have it, and I'm certainly not going to remember the order of the buttons, so... Wait. Wait, that's totally right. Wasn't this... Huh. Is my memory that bad? I thought... I mean, it totally might be. Okay, and now we do this thing, and the machine, of course, does not turn on.
Good evening, S32.
Oh.
Printing access card. Please stand by.
It's just gonna 3D print us one of those key chocolate bars. Okay, well apparently this is going to be a process. Have we considered writing down all the words from the code in like a grid, and then, I don't know, maybe you're like reading them column major or something? You know, and, like in the end it's still going to be a message about cake, but maybe it will at least be a comprehensible message about cake? Well, okay.
It's a key.
It was about the same size and shape as a bar of chocolate.
Aha!
Of course.
I knew it.
It's the same logo as the giant metal door. This must open it.
Alright, but we're gonna have to refrigerate this so it doesn't melt.
Please enter authorization code to begin.
Oh, I don't have this one yet. Sorry, I gotta look around a little bit more. Where inside of the sphere have we not been? Been all the way to the edge of this platform. Oh, you know what? Did I go all the way to the left on the bottom floor? I didn't. Aha.
Another blank piece of paper. Let's see if we can jog your memory.
You know, the first time, it's just like, wow, this was sloppy of them. The second time, it was a hell of a weird coincidence that they were sloppy in exactly the same way. This time, it's like, very obviously, these were left for us to find on purpose, right?
0719. Thank goodness this guy wrote down all the codes. Otherwise, I'd be trapped here forever.
And then he just went ahead and lampshaded the thing that he is obviously doing on purpose. You know what this is? This is all a test. They were just trying to see if Jenny was ready to enter the upper echelon of Sticker Club.
Please enter authorization code to begin.
0719.
Code accepted. System authorized and on for activation.
I feel like you could just let the lever pull the first time I hit enter. There's no reason to make me do that.
Preparing to run experiment 15. Please stand by.
What the hell is going on?
It seems like experiment 15 might be a little volatile.
Know what she'd started. But she'd have to stop it before the whole laboratory came crashing down.
Pull it the other way, I guess. And hopefully that doesn't leave me trapped in here.
Experiment 15 aborted. Operation unsuccessful. Dataset incomplete.
What just happened? I thought it was going to die.
Remember, a healthy employee is an effective employee. Please take your mandatory 15-minute smoking break. Decompressing spherical chamber.
I mean, honestly, if anything, I was probably in the safest place. The people inside the sphere survive. It's what happens to everybody else that I'm worried about.
Curious?
That is curious. Or, alternately, contrived. I really like this game, like, the overall premise, like, the multiple narrative layers of this thing, because it lets you just really enjoy things that are contrived instead of them being upsetting. Alright, welcome back, Codename. With this book, you can now encode and decode messages. Unless specified by a high-level director, all secret communications require the use of this book. You know, there's not a wide enough range of verbiage in this book for it to be useful for communicating most kinds of messages. This seems like a bad system. Please note this system includes an extra layer of obfuscation. As long as the key page is destroyed, the true message will remain hidden even if unauthorized decoding occurs. Okay, if the words go back into letters, then I guess it would be functional for a lot of different kinds of messages. General rules: commit the key page to memory, then immediately remove and incinerate the key page. Okay, makes sense why there are pages missing from the book now. If not possible, it must be destroyed in some other effective way, or by submerging in deep water. Enjoy years of secret ciphers. Radio is the primary mode of transmission. Messages should only be sent using secure frequencies with band modulation and spectral nesting, and 3 different waveforms. Nobody could possibly crack that. Written communications should only be used in case of emergency or for eyes-only high-level instructions. Well, obviously, you can't use radio to communicate an eyes-only message. Messages should exclusively be sent through secure tube network. Upon receipt and decoding, all documents should be destroyed by incineration. But what if somebody glues the ashes back together? Oh, okay. Fancy. So we might have to do some actual decoding here. This is cool, though. This is actually this is a neat cipher. Preparing messages. Message should be as brief as possible, but must also be clear and unmistakable to the receiver. Before encoding, always check for possible misinterpretations of the message. These are just the basics of technical writing. Where possible, choose keywords that form coherent sentences. This is a crucial part of the secondary obfuscation, and drastically increases the security of the secret message, because if you end a message with the phrase magical cake, everybody's going to know that there's another layer to the cipher. To aid brevity, standard abbreviations may be used. Some syllables and single letters can be omitted without cost to legibility. Punctuation, including periods, can also be omitted unless the omission ruins legibility. However, avoid uniformly abbreviated words. These repetitions increase the likelihood of unauthorized decoding. You know, this is all actually like a good encoding device, or advice, rather. A varying treatment of abbreviation renders unauthorized decoding basically more difficult. You know, essentially it's just going to be like harder or whatever.
This is the missing page from the codebook.
The text gave instructions and rules for communicating using a special code.
That's why the radio broadcast didn't make sense. It was designed to look like a sinister message. But the real message is hidden inside.
Honestly, this rules. And it's like, it has been very effective, right? Like, especially within the tone of the story, it definitely seemed like we were getting the real information, and it was just too vague to be meaningful to us. This is good. This is really good. I like this game as a whole very much. Alright, so.
I was right. So what's the real message? Only certain letters from each word are used in the underlying message.
And so, Jenny began by finding them.
I almost want to just pause the video and do it myself, just because it seems like it would be fun to decode. But let's focus in here. So, all right. So use the first letter of any word coming from the rabbit story. They're gonna make me actually click on each letter, which is a weird way to do this. It's weird that she crosses out different words in different ways. Right? Doesn't it seem like a person would have a way that they like to do it, and then it would be consistent? Alright, so that's all of those. Then we use the first two letters of every word from this story. Gonna start trying to read it. Like, what would even be the point? Let's just do the thing, shall we? Can I tell you, I'm a little sad that it doesn't turn out that the story just ends with the phrase magical cake anyway. The last two letters of each word from this story. Okay, that message is already almost figured out.
Now all
Okay.
that's left to do is
Easy.
assemble the pieces.
Wait, are they actually gonna... This probably feels a little bit less, fiddly. I did not actually look this up, but I think it feels to me a lot like this game was originally made for mobile, probably. And on a phone screen, you can see how this would be a thing that you would be able to do very, very quickly. Still alive, trapped on other side. Find Caesar. Hook. That's maybe... Okay, maybe some of this is not right. It does feel like we should find Caesar. I mean, I got my own reasons, obviously, but... and this having originally been a mobile game would definitely explain why my mouse is not usable for basically any task.
Still alive. Trapped on other side. Find Caesar. HLC.
HLC. To most people, these letters would be meaningless. But to Jenny, they were as familiar as her own birthday.
It's a weird way to abbreviate your name, though.
This message is from you!
A fantasy. How could Henry Leclue have sent this message? Henry Leclue was...
Still alive!
The mere possibility caused Jenny's heart to pound in her chest.
They never found his body. We buried an empty coffin.
That was true. But what connection did her father have to the Zazospheres?
Dad worked for Dean Strasberry, and the Dean was involved in all of this. Caesar sounds just like Zazer. And if Dad had the codebook, then he knew about the Council of Three.
She read the message once more.
Trapped on other side.
Jenny pulled the freshly printed access card from her pocket and jumped to a hasty conclusion.
What if he didn't die? What if they just wanted him out of the picture? What if he's a prisoner, trapped on the other side of the giant metal door?
It was a plausible hypothesis, but incredibly far-fetched.
And my mom knew all of this.
Okay.
That's why they sent the man in black to silence her.
Her hands were shaking, her eyes filled with tears. Was our great detective letting emotion overpower logic?
No. HLC. It can't mean anything else. The message is from my dad. I have to get to Mom before the man in black does. And then we'll go to the underground room, together. We'll rescue my dad, and everything can go back to the way it was.
This was her hope, her longing. But nothing would ever be the same again.
Okay. The narration, Arthur, described that as like a hasty conclusion and her jumping to a thing. That's literally just what the text said. That's not jumping to a conclusion, that's reading. But also, if your last name is Leclue, would you really abbreviate that with an L and a C? The way that Jenny is reading that message, I would argue it very clearly only says one thing. It is not jumping to conclusions to think that. But also, I'm a little dubious that we've got the name right, because like that dude's initials are HL. And she knows her dad better than I do. Maybe he often initialized it that way. Fellas, how's it going?
Jenny saw the newly fallen rocks and finally made the connection.
All dead. All my fault. The accident in the mines was caused by Caesar's machine. All those men died because of his experiment. And the Council of Three covered it up.
Nope. Shoot. Damn it. Okay. Hold enter while neutral until she finishes the grabbing animation, then press sideways. I do like the cipher now that we understand it better, but it is hard to communicate messages that have a lot of Z's in them. Probably also true for things that have X's. So I guess I get why it said Caesar instead of Zazer. I mean, this is really going some places, though. Like, if what happens here really is that Jenny gets to her mom and then takes her mom down to that secret room, like, it's a pretty wild story if the ending to that is actually her dad is alive and he is on some sort of, like, metaphysical other side and they're able to actually communicate with him in some way. Or, if her dad's not alive and it turns into a story of, like, Jenny and her mom having to, like, really confront that, Jenny in particular really having to confront that with her mom helping her through it, like, that's also pretty wild given how this story sort of started and the form that it took at the beginning.
Squatting grounds. To the right, Crystal Cavern. Squatting grounds. Does that mean...
Yes, it did.
Gross.
You would think I would have noticed that earlier by just going through there. Because wait, this is an area that we have been to before, right? Of course, my memory and everything. But we had seen that, Yeah, this is a place we've been before. We had seen that boulder at the top of that ladder before. This is, I had not encountered that sign. But for a moment I thought perhaps a postcard scrap could be on the line. And you know I will do anything for a postcard scrap. That makes sense. That sign makes sense. I feel very safe here, so... Nothing, man. Sometimes a dead end is just a dead end. Freud was right. I will say that I'm like a little given how much postcard is left, if we're using that as sort of an indicator of how much game can be left,
Oh, great.
it feels like there's just a lot of plot relative. There's a lot of plot left to resolve relative to the amount of postcard that there is left to find. You know.
There's nothing there. It's just your imagination, Jenny.
Because, like, we still need to know what's going on with this whole, like, obvious organization that's running through the town with the dean having this ring and whatnot, and why somebody wanted to frame Mom, and then the thing with the underground bunker, and... Oh, it's very spooky. If there's not a single answer that really, like, resolves all of this stuff, I don't know how... Nope, everything's fine.
See? Nothing to worry about.
Jenny!
Every time!
Damn it, Susie! You scared the life out of me! What do you want?
I just saw the cutest little frog.
Are you kidding me?
I know, right? He's got the cutest little bug eyes. I just want to take him home with me. How's everything going down there?
The truth was, Jenny was fit to burst with all the new information she had discovered. But could she trust any of it with Susie Glatz?
I mean, again, she's very smart. Her take on this stuff could be valuable. I just don't know if this is the
I have to tell
moment.
you something.
What is it? Are you okay?
Let's keep the dad thing close to the vest for a moment here.
This is the place where all the miners died. I've seen them.
You mean dead bodies?
Something like that. But I don't think the story Mr. Jenkins told us was true. These people didn't die because of misuse of equipment or negligence. They were killed by an experiment gone wrong.
I don't understand.
Professor Zazer built secret laboratories underneath Arthurton. He ran experiments on what he called Arthurton's greatest resource. One of those experiments was here in the mines. It created a seismic event that caused the cave-in.
I don't know, Jenny.
I've seen it. I've been inside the machine.
But Caesar couldn't have built a lab on company property without my family knowing about it.
Precisely.
What are you saying? Are you accusing my family of killing all those people?
Well, not exactly.
I can't believe you'd say something like that.
Someone didn't want the town to know the truth, and they went to a lot of effort to cover it up.
My family would never do that.
Your family voluntarily runs a child prison? I mean,
Just
like...
telling you what I've seen.
Well, you must have got it wrong.
I don't think so. Susie?
Does she turn on the walkie-talkie and say click? Is that how I was supposed to read? So, like, I think that it makes the most sense for Jenny to not want to sugarcoat things with Susie, right? I think I made the right move there, character-wise, instead of picking Diffuse. Even if Diffuse might have been a better idea in terms of utility, because being more alone down here, not necessarily a great idea. Like, at some point, Susie's gonna have to confront the fact that, her family is mixed up in some stuff. You know, I haven't done anything with the stickers in a while. It's very difficult to want to divert from the plot to play with my journal, though. Especially, like, as I'm saying right now, with almost the necessity of the plot going just, like, a mile a minute for the rest of the game in order for things to resolve in any way at all. Which way do I think is... We probably don't need to go down to get to the prison, right? I'm trying to remember... There's... The Crystal Caverns were mentioned, and we were given directions, like, from the Crystal Caverns. Let me go this way first. think a lot of these interactions are pretty clearly designed to be touchscreen first, right? Fellas, just carry on, you know, don't mind me. Oh. Huh. Okay, well. Did we not have access to that barricade? I guess it could only have been broken from the other side. Weird. Hey there. You know, I would find the ghosts less intimidating if they weren't all wielding pickaxes. Maybe, in death, you could finally just put that thing down for a minute, right? Okay. Nothing over there to see. So this one does not... Yeah, this one is not movable. Not part of a puzzle, just an object that is in the way. Yeah, not a lot of time left, potentially. I mean, maybe it just stops... Wait a second. Is that a meat cleaver? No, it is a tin can on the... You can see where I would kind of get the idea, though, right? The lid is the handle, and the... So I was gonna say, it was some other very strange stuff was going on down here. But yeah, maybe there's just no, maybe the deal is, like, there's no scraps or distractions or anything in the final chapter. So we're... As a gauge of game length, maybe that just doesn't map cleanly to the whole game. Who are they trying to fool? The contaminant levels seem extremely acceptable. This is just very normal seismic activity. Those peaks, you want those peaks. Those are normal. Within safe margins. Last week's fire was contained and traced to an errant cigarette. As a result, we have no choice but to search all personnel at the beginning and end of each shift. Prohibited items will be confiscated and pay docked. Boy, this sure is an American corporation. Surveyors finished their investigation and determined the site for work. The site is for work. Small tremors should be expected as we continue to excavate. There is no risk to your personal safety. In the unlikely event of roof or ground fall, designated safe areas have been clearly marked, and they will certainly save your life, obviously. Obviously. But yeah, like, engineering an unsafe condition and then using the unsafeness as an excuse to crack down on workers, not for any real purpose, but just because it's fun to crack down on workers while executing a cover-up, is the most American company shit that I have ever seen. Wow. Oh, cool. And another tightrope walk. Well, this is something.
Cavern.
It's beautiful.
Immensely wide, unfathomably deep. Crossing the chasm would be Jenny's most challenging obstacle yet.
Well, at least I'm getting over my fear of heights.
The secret to dealing with heights is just to view all situations from a third-person perspective, where you can't see how deep the fall is. Okay. Yeah. If we had to do this with the ability to see through Jenny's eyes and look down, I just wouldn't, is where that would go. Oh, I hate that. What are these? Oh. Okay. Do I have to wiggle it until it falls, maybe? Can I climb? Nope, I can't climb down the sort of the central mast. Oh, I hate this. Oh, like, what are these even attached to at the bottom? Oh god, oh god. Okay, well, no way back, so I hope we're all happy with our life decisions at this point.
They don't build them
Just
like
feeling-
they used to. Thankfully,
Another
Just
brush
feeling
with
really
death.
happy about all of this.
another step closer to Mom.
Okay, we're fine. It's fine. We should definitely never tell Mom what we have gone through to get to her, because she's going to have 6 to 7 heart attacks if she finds out. You know that thing where even though they are now safe, you are retroactively worried for your kids? Aw, the Snake Eater song didn't even kick in. Oh wait, maybe we still have time. I have felt pretty lost in a dream, if I'm honest.
Well,
Jesus
going
Christ.
back that way.
Okay. Man, this game is so pretty. Like, it's been a little while since I've taken a moment to gush about how much I like all the art and the animations, but like, it's so good at conveying... Ew.
Jenny waded through the thick sludge, each
Oh,
step
good.
bringing her closer to her mum and the truth.
Oh good, it's
The
sludge.
truth is less gross and stinky.
Fortunately, there's all these friendly rats around. But yeah, like, the game is so good at conveying, like, the character and vibe of places and people. It really is pretty remarkable. Like, you absolutely get a sense of what kinds of stories these Jenny LeClue stories are, even if you're not necessarily familiar with the particulars of the things that they're based on. Just sort of from the way everything feels visually.
Piece of cake.
Jenny! Jenny! He's here! The man in black!
Damn it! I'm running out of time. Susie, I need you to follow him. See where he goes.
What? I can't do that! What if he sees me?
Stay in the shadows and keep a safe distance.
You want me to follow a deranged psycho killer through the haunted graveyard in complete darkness?
Yes, you're a lot safer if you know where he is.
Okay.
Okay, Jenny. I'll do it for you. I know you'd do the same for me. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please don't see me. Please don't see me.
Susie, this is going to be easier if you're quiet. And Jenny can just take a moment there and feel really, really awful about Susie's assumption. I mean, listen, I would follow the deranged psycho killer, just not 100% for Susie, I'm sure. This looks very safe.
This machine is really working overtime. Looks like it's ready to blow.
Okay, and that's it. That's the the length of my interaction with that. I'm sure it's not important. This seems very dangerous. Am I gonna... Nope.
That's hot.
I was wondering if we might just, like, pass behind it. Hard to tell what's going on with the Z... the Z dimension, you know? Well, I mean, this sure looks like a big lever or something. There's probably... This seems like the sort of thing there might be a hint about somewhere, but why don't we just brute force it? Alright, 41325. Alright, and that is why 5 binary switches don't make a very good password.
Fixed. Now I can hear myself think.
This contraption
Yeah.
was curious, and yet somehow familiar.
Why does a town as small as Arthurton need such a powerful pumping machine?
Yeah, I'm sure this wasn't doing anything of tremendous import, and the fact that we've turned it off will have no consequences whatsoever. Whoa. She's really boogieing now. To be clear, I was not holding run or anything there. It's just... sometimes Jenny go fast. Should we turn this? Is this a good idea? Alright, I'm assuming that we will at some point discover a reason that needs to be in a particular orientation. I mean, look, we will check out the radio transmitter, but priorities,
Another
right?
transmitter. These things are everywhere.
Jenny paused to reflect. Was there anywhere in Arthurton not under the watch of the Council of Three?
And presumably they're sending all the information to Asgard or something? Judging from the fact that the fancy device they set up in the graveyard has the ability to
Tons of
call down
water
thunder.
poured from the open sewer. To attempt to cross it would be suicide. Somewhere in the distance, Jenny could hear a voice. So familiar she'd recognize it from a mile away.
Mom! I finally found you!
Inside the dingy jail cell, Jenny's mother contemplated her predicament, lamenting how little time she had left to make things right. Angry, defeated, alone. Well, almost alone.
I will not stand for this! This is a violation of my human rights!
Quiet down in there! It's almost 4 a.m. for Pete's sake!
4 a.m. Time was almost up.
I will not quiet down, not until my voice has been heard!
I'm not gonna keep coming over here. What is it this time?
I was promised 2 cookies with my hot chocolate, and I only got 1. What kind of ramshackle operation are you running here?
This is not a hotel, CJ.
If this is how you treat all your guests, I'm surprised you have any customers at all!
The sheriff said you are free to go, just as soon as you stop yelling and throwing stuff around. Now please, I'm trying to finish the crossword.
That's right, run away! Service here has really gone downhill.
CJ, did he just say you're free to go?
Yes, but I'm holding out for breakfast. The bacon is exquisite.
I can't believe it's come to this. CJ, I need you to listen to me very carefully. It's a matter of life and death.
I can't understand what they're saying.
Jenny was so close she could smell it.
And boy does it stink.
But to even attempt to free her mum, she would need to find a way across the chasm.
There must be something around here I can use to get across. I'm on my way, Mom.
So there's some real weird acoustic phenomena going on down here that I'm able to hear them through the wall of the jail cell over all of this water. They accidentally constructed this sewer in a very unusual way. So obviously this pipe is what we're looking for here.
An old pipe hung precariously above Jenny's head.
I'm going to take a closer look.
This is in fact a look from exactly the same distance.
The gap is too wide to jump across. The pipe is cracked and patched together at both ends.
just like a really bad idea,
By
though.
calculations, that pipe is just wide enough to bridge the gap. But how can I knock it down? There's no way to climb up there. And there's nothing around here to throw at it.
She only had one option.
The explosives.
But she couldn't use them here. She needed the explosives to free her mother.
I can't break into the jail if I can't even reach the jail. Look at
I
this
mean,
mess.
it's...
A few instructions wouldn't have hurt Susie. Oh well, I'll work it out.
It's okay, all electrical devices work the same way. It seems like we could just throw, like, literally any object at the pipe and it would come down, right? So this doesn't seem like a real problem. So... I mean, it's either this or... I guess that makes sense. Because, like, this one's gotta be in this formation, right? Which would mean you have to be like that, really. So you have to be like this. Okay.
That's it.
Jenny hesitated. Once the timer was started, there'd be no turning back. What if she missed the target? What if the explosives didn't work?
Think positively, Jenny.
She'd be stuck, and it would have all been for nothing.
Focus, Jenny. You can do this.
I mean, that pipe looks like it would fall if you thought at it hard enough.
That doesn't sound good. I better hurry.
This just feels very wasteful. Honestly, even that yelling might have been enough to knock it down. Oh, yep, that looks like that'll hold.
Well, the explosives were silent. But that pipe sure was loud.
Also, all the screaming I was
Plan
doing.
had worked, but without the explosives, breaking into the jail was practically impossible. And with the man in black approaching, time was running out.
As we at this point know, it's very easy for sound to travel between this location and the inside of that cell. So I probably could have just, like, said, hey, Mom, do you have a plan? Because I bet she has a plan, right? She seems to have a plan. Alright, that's not important, I'm sure. Got another one of these. And I mean, obviously they want me to climb up there, but if I do that...
I'm telling you?
Yes, your secret will die with me.
Is that CJ? What did he do this time?
This isn't about keeping a secret, CJ. It's about you following my plan. Precisely.
Yes, of course. Would you pass me a roll of toilet paper? I think I can hit that guard from here.
Don't get sidetracked. There's no time.
I am actually really curious, though.
Time? For what?
Focus, CJ. This is serious. You have to use the whole thing or it won't work. Do you understand?
I'm only trying to scare the man, not take his head off.
CJ, wear the gloves. Don't forget.
Shh! Did you hear that? Somebody's listening.
CJ! It's me!
Ah! They found me!
Jenny?
Mom! I'm down here!
How in heaven's name did you get down there?
Did you hear it too? The sewer grate is talking.
No, CJ, it's me, Jenny LeClue.
Nonsense. I know Jenny personally. She looks nothing like a sewer grate.
I'm underneath the floor, you doof. The dogs bark loudest before the dawn.
Hey, that's my line. The dogs bark loudest before the dawn.
Oh no.
The early bird can't catch the lazy worm.
The wind blows strongly from the east.
Once again, just relying on hoping that I liked the same responses before that I like now, because I do
People
not
in glass
remember.
houses should invest in curtains.
The evening sky is full of fireflies.
But the last donut is the tastiest.
Jenny, it is you! What are you doing down there?
So much has happened, but there's no time to explain. I'm here to rescue Mom.
Don't be ridiculous. You are going home this instant.
You don't understand, Mom. Someone's coming to kill you.
What? Who?
A man dressed in black, carrying a blue umbrella and a briefcase.
A Shadow Man? That's serious.
He was in our house, looking for something. And now he's on his way here, to kill you. But I won't let him. I'm breaking you out.
Or was she? Steel bars and a foot of concrete separated Jenny from her mother. Without Susie's explosives, how could she possibly hope to stage a breakout?
And how exactly were you planning on breaking into the jail?
I'm still working on that part. But one way or another, I'm busting you out.
Oh no, you're not, young lady. Not alone. Remember, Jenny, a great detective knows when to accept help. Now, have a look around and tell me what you find down there.
Many valves. Just so many valves. You know, it just now struck me that if the shadow guy is Jenny's father, Jenny's mom might totally know, right? They might have been sort of like working together. Like maybe they decided that whatever working against the Glatz Corporation Jenny's father was going to do, it would be better if people thought he was dead, or she might totally be in on whatever's going on.
That pipe runs directly into the prison cell. It must be connected to something inside.
Okay, seems like a pretty solid hypothesis.
It's a valve. It controls the direction and flow of water through the pipes. Another valve. They provide very precise control of the water flow.
But that one does not count as a clue. Alright, I'm just gonna leave now, Mom. Probably up the ladder, I guess? It is weird that we looked at 3 identical valves and 2 of them were clues, but the third one wasn't.
Why does Arthurton need such a complex system of pipes and valves?
Well, alright, I guess an appropriate place for that. Incidentally, this is also where I would have expect Sticker Club to have put all the Boogerman stickers. So really looking forward to finding those.
Why does Arthurton need such a complex system of pipes and valves?
So what am I looking for then, if not another oh, it's probably the machine, right. Well, while I'm up here, you know.
This machine is identical to the last. It's very high-tech for Arthurton. I think it pumps water or sewage through all these pipes. But why are there so many? Our town's not that big. There's nothing else down here, except for the pungent soup of Arthurton's collective bowel movement. I should go back and talk to Mom.
It is a little weird that she describes that as high-tech for Arthurton, given, you know, the Zazer spheres and everything.
Okay, I'm back!
What did you find?
There are pipes everywhere. Connected by lots of valves. Some kind of sewage pumping machine? And a whole bunch of dead rats. What can you see up there?
Everything Jenny knew about being a great detective she'd learned from her mother. Even with so much at stake, Jenny couldn't help but feel a rush of excitement. She was finally working alongside her mum on a real case.
Okay, this is weird.
Cell door. Reinforced steel frame and bars.
Ah, okay.
Wide enough to fit a hand through, but lock is unreachable.
I was gonna say, like, we definitely cannot see up into the cell, but yeah, that makes sense. And I appreciate that the diamond is a different color for Julie.
Dead rat in the process of decomposition. Cause of death? Poison.
Well, that's just extremely sad.
CJ, looking very anxious. Possibly has lice.
It does seem like the walls in here are in a significant state of disrepair.
Toilet. Poorly installed. Possibly never cleaned. There's a large crack in the floor around the base.
Do we really need more clues? That seems like that's probably the important one.
Drain cover. Securely welded in place. Would require a small explosion to displace.
If only somehow someone could get a small explosive down here. So then what am I missing? I feel like we looked at all of the things. I guess I didn't really look at the bed. Yep, that is it.
Metal bed with pillow and sheets. Extremely uncomfortable. That's everything of interest here.
I've got this picture of two monkeys holding hands. I think
Huh.
they're planning something.
That's it! I've got it!
I knew it was important.
I know exactly how to get you out of there.
Attempting a breakout without the explosives seemed futile, but Jenny had spotted something else useful.
And
How
also,
can I
she
break
had
Mom out of jail?
also she had played a video game or two in her time, and this is pretty relatively obvious. Huh. It doesn't feel like the sewer grate is directly relevant. It's really just the valves in the toilet that are going to do this.
That doesn't quite add up. Let me give this some more thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just the two things. Oh, I see. Maybe like jam the pillow into the toilet to clog it is the idea? It doesn't seem like that would be necessary, because I'm sure we can run more pressure to that toilet than it can withstand. But, I mean, it doesn't make any sense for either of the other things to be the third part of this process, right?
The pipe leading to the jail is a weak point, and the floor around the toilet is cracked and damaged. By redirecting the flow of water and turning on the pumping machine, we can create an explosion of our own. We need to create enough pressure to blow up that toilet.
Yes, of course. Great thinking, Jenny.
I'll turn on the machine and use the valves to redirect the water.
I'll use the pillow to block the toilet and sustain the pressure.
And I'll distract the guard.
Okay, we're on the case. Go team!
I mean, the other machine was, like, threatening to shake the sewer apart by itself, right? And the pipe going up to that toilet is very narrow. Alright, so where's the water coming in from? We're directing the flow of water, but, like... Am I even going to notice a difference here? Oh, well, probably I should turn on the machine first. That's probably the actual answer to that question. I don't know, in my head for a second there, it made sense to set the valves and then engage the machine, but, like, how are we going to know where the pressure's coming from? Okay, is this the same? I already don't... It was 4... Nope, maybe not the same? Two, 5, 1... Nope. It may well be the same, I just, you know, my brain and everything. Oops. 2, 5, 4, 1, 3, in fact. It does seem really dangerous to be playing with the valves while the pumping machine is on, though, right? That's not just me. So, okay. We're running stuff to here. I wonder what the value of that valve that's way back over to the right is. Like, are we going to actually need that? Okay, I understand the markings on the valve now. Yeah, again, it really doesn't feel like Jenny should be doing this while there's stuff running through the pipes. And especially not without gloves on. We don't have to try to map this at all, because with each of these, there's only one arrangement where the valve is actually open. I do kind of wish that this was more of a puzzle. Like, you know, this could be a maze. That would work just fine. And see, with that one, there even is kind of a wrong direction that you could do, but the pipe doesn't turn orange when it's not going the way it needs to go for the puzzle. So they really just kind of hand this one to you.
Everybody stand back! One massive toilet explosion coming up!
Also, this might kill you all with scalding water and steam, because it sure
Less
looks like the pipes are...
explosive than I imagined.
What happened?
Nothing happened. We need more pressure.
More pressure. How can I get more pressure into the pipe?
Well, it would probably help to, like... Oh, can I slap stickers over the holes? That would do it, right? That feels very appropriate. How can I get... I guess I could try to overload the pumping machine? That's definitely going to kill me. But I don't know what else there would be to do here. I mean, again, I guess there is that valve. I could go turn on the other pump machine and then use that other valve that we saw to run even more pressure this way. Is that might work. That might be a thing. I can't imagine why else this other valve exists if that's not the thing. So listen, Jenny, I know that it's gross sludge and everything, but maybe we could still run. This does seem pretty important. Is that wall of steam gonna be... Yeah. So wait, maybe I do have to turn this other valve first? But I don't know how that would help. I don't know, maybe there's only a wall of steam because there's a blockage up ahead. But, like, this is water that is, like, really unsafely hot, right? So let's try that. Direct all the water that away. Alright, this is going to be very safe and helpful. There is no chance they can hear her from here over all this stuff.
What the hell was that?
My bad. Had a spicy burrito last night. You might want to give it a minute.
Quit making a ruckus! This is your last warning!
He fell for it.
Well done, CJ.
Okay, I cannot turn the machine off, so hopefully the steam wall is not going to be a problem. Alright, I guess let's go break our mom out of prison. I mean, this is jail, right? Jail and prison are not the same. Hopefully she'll actually let us in on what her plan was for CJ, because, you know, he probably shouldn't be in charge of executing it. I don't want to do the thing everybody else is doing and not give CJ a fair shake or anything, but maybe not the best person to have to, like, rely on.
Mom! I have so much to tell you.
Don't say another word.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. By the way, I'm sure that was the best hug this sewer has ever seen. Ah, she's deducing the whole story, I see.
I see you've been busy.
Dad wasn't working for the university.
That's actually really
It was a
cool.
cover-up for something much bigger.
Jenny?
And it's not the first time it's happened. There's an organization running secret operations all over town.
Jenny!
And Dean Stroudsbury was working for them too.
Yeah, she knows all of it.
You already know, don't you? So you knew he was still alive, and you didn't tell me?
What? Who's still alive?
Dad survived the
Oh.
explosion. He's alive. Dad is alive. But they're keeping him prisoner in a room hidden under the graveyard.
No, Jenny.
He sent us a message. He's trapped. We have to rescue him. Together.
I'm sorry, Jenny. But you're wrong.
But it's true. I used the Dean's ring to make a key for the door. I can explain everything on the way.
What? Why do you have the Dean's ring?
Well, I, found it in the library.
You stole evidence from a crime scene?
Well, yeah, but now's not the time
like-
to discuss the ethics of my investigation.
Just like a tiny
Give it to
bit.
me.
Why?
Give me the ring. Now.
We already have the key. I'm gonna do it.
Fine. Take it. Don't you understand? Someone is coming to kill you.
Go back the way you came, and don't tell anyone that you were here.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, which is precisely why you have to leave.
Leave? I'm the reason you're still alive. The whole town thinks you killed the Dean. I'm the only one who believes you didn't. You didn't, right?
You shouldn't have come here.
Why won't you tell me the truth? What did you talk to the Dean about before he died? And what happened at Widow's Drop?
Jenny! The man in black just entered the crypt!
Is that Susie Glatz?
You've got to get out of there! Now!
Leave. Immediately. Find Susie and go home. You put her in terrible danger. A great detective never...
Keeps secrets from her daughter.
This is a discussion for another time. I have to go before it's too late.
Did you hear me, Jenny? He's coming! Get out of there!
We're leaving right now, Susie. Mom, I'm coming with you.
No! Promise you won't follow me, Jenny. Drop all this nonsense. Go home and stay out of trouble. Promise me.
I kind of think... I think the move is promise her and then just follow her anyway, right?
Okay, I promise. But I don't see how splitting up is going to keep either one of us safe.
As long as you're with me, you are at risk. And I will not be responsible for your death just because you want to tag along.
Fine. I don't need you. I got this far on my own. I'll find my own way back. But at least take this. You'll need it.
No, you keep it.
It's pitch black in the tunnels. You'll be lost without it.
There's no time to argue.
Please, just let me help you.
That's extremely thematically resonant, but a very weird physical interaction. Okay, well, I hate to leave you all, and also myself, in suspense, but I am definitely out of time for the moment, so I think that's where we're going to have to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that it took until Susie spoke up for Mom to figure out that Susie Glatz was involved, because, like, we are wearing in plain sight a Susie-branded walkie-talkie, right? Doesn't it literally say Susie Talkie right on the top of it? So, maybe she's not the most incredible detective in the universe. When you come back next time, tomorrow, if the game... I'm always a little torn on stuff like that last choice we made, because I think the in-character thing for Jenny to do in that moment is not to try to convince her mother, who she does not believe will be convincible, but rather to just lie to her mother and then follow her. But in video games, they often make you state your intention and then, bind you to that as though it is law. A lot of the time, you don't get the option of lying. Whatever you say is made true by the act of you saying it. So I hope that we have not put ourselves in such a position here. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I guess you'll find out, and maybe we'll finally get some damn answers. And we'll see you then.